Happy Halloween and welcome to my channel. I'm Emily, the Petite Beauty Blogger, and in today's video I'll be recreating SHEGO from Kim Possible. Now apologies, I am currently living next to a construction site, so unfortunately that drilling and all that noise will be going on all day today, so I haven't got a choice, so I've just got to film. So, SHEGO does have a very light minty kind of green skin, so for that I'm going to be using face paints because I love using them, and I'm going to be using these ones from Snazzaroo. And Snazzaroo, they seem like a very childish face painting brand, but actually their products are really good. So I'm going to be using this kind of green. Obviously I'm going to be using white, and I am going to be mixing it in with my foundation, so it makes it apply a lot easier. So I've got my palette and my carving stick, and I'm just going to mix up the colour, and this is going to be a more whitey greeny rather than a thick green because her skin is very light green and I don't want to do too overpowering. So I'm just going to scrape some of this up. Just going to swipe it onto my palette here. These are really useful. This one wasn't that expensive, and it's just so useful for any makeup artist if you want to mix up colours. So I can use about, I'll probably put in more than that, but just for now I'll just use that much. And now I'm going to go in with the green, and I don't want much, literally the tiniest amount, because I don't want to overdo it with green. So now I've got the colours on there, the face painting colours, I am just going to mix it. So I've kind of got the desired base tone, like the green I want, and I looked at the picture and I did add a tiny bit of yellow because it's quite a fluorescent kind of green. And all I'm going to do now is put some foundation in there just to kind of smooth it out and thin it out a bit so it's not too thick, and I can apply it just like a foundation. So I've done my contour shade, and I am just going to use just a cheap brush. I'm going to wet it slightly just to help it activate the paints, and then I'm going to do very drastic lines because if you look at SHEGO, for a cartoon, she's a pretty good looking person, and she's very got kind of face shapes and eyes and So I'm going back in with my damp beauty blender. So now I've blended that all out, I'm going to move on to brows, and I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Special Effects Face Palette, and I'm going to go in with the black. So I'm going to be using just this tiny little paintbrush. So it turns out I wasn't filming, which is really bloody annoying. But what I did is I drew that first bit, made sure they were matching, and I carried on drawing it round. And now I've got the main shape, I'm just going to go around and tidy up the edges. And there we go, and that is to make it look like she's scowling, but without having to actually furrow your brows. So now I'm going to go on into the other. So to tidy it up and give it more shape, I'm going to just go in with some white to carve it out. So now I've kind of done that white eye shape, I'm going to outline it with a black liner. So moving on to lips, this is what's going to make the look definitely like SHEGO, because Kim Possible and SHEGO have very iconic lips where it's just the one up here, and I'm going to be going in with that same black in the Makeup Revolution palette. So all I'm going to do is use this black, and it's rounded here, so I am just going to go like that, and I'm going to fill that bit out first. All I'm going to do now is add in a tiny little black line to give the illusion of a lip line. So here we go. Here's the completed look. This took me a lot longer because my eye was watering and causing havoc, but as you can see, I love it. Do I look like SHEGO from Kim Possible? You tell me.